The Oklahoma Sooners have landed a massive commitment in the TCU defensive line transfer, Dominic Williams. And you might be asking yourself, why is this massive? Why is this big? Well, today we're going to dive into it, Sooner Nation. We're going to talk about what this means for Oklahoma and why this transfer is going to be so impactful. Because in my opinion, Oklahoma's defensive line was already good/great. This might make it an elite defensive line. And I want to hear from y'all. So make sure you're joining down in the comments below, giving me your thoughts, joining the discussion. Let's talk it out here because Dominic Williams, this is no small pickup for Todd Bates and Brent Venables. And this defensive line is starting to look like something they had at Clemson. It's starting to look special. And I was looking at the roster and I was saying, if these guys that were performing really well in the spring continue to perform as well as they have already, like a Devon Sears, who is definitely going to be playing on that interior for you, yeah, Oklahoma's going to be really good. Here's what I mean by this. You've already got Grayson Halton. If he can stay healthy, we know he's going to be an animal. You got Devon Sears last year, and although he didn't get much runtime this spring, he has looked phenomenal. Then you've got Dejon Terry coming back. You've got Marcus Strong and Ashton Sanders now in their second year on this line and a second year in BV's defense. Additionally, you've got Jaden Jackson and David Stone coming into this program as true freshmen who are definitely going to get some run. Not to mention, you added a guy like Jermaine Lole through the transfer portal before the Dominic Williams pickup. So you've got some decent production on this defensive line already. You've got some really good upside on this defensive line. And then you bring in a guy like Dominic Williams, who statistically I think is going to be able to help Oklahoma out a lot. In his time at TCU, which remember, he was a part of that national championship run for TCU. He had 60 total tackles. 26 of those were solos. He did them himself. He had 9.5 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble in just 2 years. That's pretty productive for a guy that didn't even redshirt, right? That's what I think we all need to talk about. But the story here is this was not a dramatic recruitment. Like the family and the handler, they told you what they were going to do. They were going to go on these visits. They were going to hear everybody out, and then they were going to make a decision. And that exactly happened. I think we all created this drama in this, hey, well, he left Texas and he didn't commit. That's good news. Or he left Missouri and didn't commit. I think we created that drama, but they did not create that drama. They told us what they were doing, and they stuck to it. You know what? Props to them. Hats off there. The thing about Dominic Williams is, though, he comes in as an extremely athletic guy, got a lot of upside. I think he slides right into that nose tackle position where you might have questions about what the production from Lole is going to look like for this upcoming season, just because he's been hurt, right? I think Dominic Williams comes in, he slides right in, maybe even slides in right next to Dejon Terry in certain circumstances. I think he really makes your defensive line extremely good, especially in that 3 team. Now, with Dominic Williams, Oklahoma made an investment. I don't think there was any doubt there that Oklahoma left anything on the table that they tried to cheap out. No, Oklahoma probably made one of the biggest offers I've ever seen Oklahoma actually make in terms of an NIL offer, because I heard it was a pretty large offer. For those of you in the Discord, Jay's Discord, you guys probably know what that number at least looks like or have a general idea there. But for Oklahoma to go out there and make that kind of significant offer and really try to play this game that a lot of teams have been playing over the past couple of years, knowing you're going into the SEC, as an Oklahoma fan, that's got to give you some confidence in what the staff's ability is to be able to do to make this team compete at a high level. Like, they're willing to go to distance, and they know if we get a guy like this on campus, he kind of changes the game for us. Dominic Williams, he's going to get out there. He's going to make your defensive line, like I said, whole lot better. Maybe even give Jaden Jackson and David Stone the ability to not have to be out there as much, and maybe, dare I say, even redshirt, because if Grayson Halton, Devon Sears, Dejon Terry, all of those guys are clicking on a high level, if Marcus Strong and Ashton Sanders, if just one of those two second-year guys spurts for you, I don't think you really need to utilize Jaden Jackson and David Stone a ton. You might be able to redshirt one of those guys and keep them here for an additional 3 years. So Dominic Williams comes in. This is likely going to be a 1-year rental. You would expect that he's going to go to the NFL draft, maybe even potentially be a first-round guy. That's the kind of talent that Dominic Williams has. But this is exciting news. So if you're an Oklahoma fan, you need to be joining the discussion, jumping down in the comments, letting me know what your guys' thoughts are. And if you have not already, you need to hit that like and you need to hit that subscribe button.